What's up, everybody? I hope you're all doing really well. New video, and in this video we're going to talk about bass lines. We're going to start producing some bass lines, and we're going to go into how to create more groovy bass lines, even if maybe you're not the best player on the keys. Maybe you're not really sure yet how to work in MIDI, or maybe you just want some tips. You know, in this creative industry, it's not necessarily about what you know, it's about how much you know to really get better at making bass lines, make more groovy bass lines, maybe be more creative with your bass lines. So yeah, please, if you like this, like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications button, all these things, they really help the channel. So thanks a lot for that in advance. And also, for those who are interested in learning more about music production, there is an online course on VOYOU Music about music production that's going to be available now. I think it's available now by the release of this video. If not, it will be available by next week. And it's a course with 6 modules, approximately 7 hours of content. And it's the full process of learning to be more creative, but also working more structured to have a higher output. It's focused on beginning producers up to producers who are working to their first release. So if you're a producer and you're thinking about having your first release, or maybe you just started out and you want to have more tips and get better at producing, this course is really something for you. Go check it out. Of course, all the links will be in the description of this video and also in all the links of the channel. Also, for everybody who joins the course who gets the course, you will also obviously get all the Safari pedal plugins discounts, which go up to 40%. So honestly, it's quite nice. Really cool plugins. So yeah, just wanted to have said that. The course is out, go check it. And let's dive into the video. So let's go. So over here I have a 4-bar loop. Well, 8-bar loop, but I'm just looping 4 bars. But let's have a listen to what it sounds like. So that is what it sounds like. And we're going to make some bass lines on this. So I have 2 VSTs here available to make some bass lines with. Now, obviously, it doesn't really matter which plugin you're going to use for the bass line. That all works the same, obviously. But let's go today for the SH101, which is one of the mainly used bass synths, I think, in house music, probably. So let's go for... let's go for some really cool bass sounds. Maybe in the first presets, let's go for this. And maybe something like this. Okay, so first, if you're not really good at playing the keyboard, it's not a problem. You can just go straight into the MIDI and start playing with the MIDI. We're gonna do that. But I do recommend to start learning some basic key stuff. And it doesn't really have to be complicated. You don't have to play full harmonies and stuff or know all the scales. But if you know your way around the keyboard a little bit, then it will definitely help you improve your workflow, and especially on bass lines, like making the bass line. So right now I want to make a bass line in F minor. And on the transposer here, you can see which keys are in the F minor scale. So you can go C, C sharp, D sharp, and then F, G, G sharp, A sharp. These are the notes that are available for us. So let's start by playing with the MIDI straight away. So I have the drum loop here, and I'm just gonna go over here, and I'm gonna start on the root note, which of course is a F. And I'm just gonna make a 1-bar loop over here. So So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start producing a 1-bar bass loop. And then I'm gonna loop that one. So maybe I want a little bit more, and then maybe we can get rid of it later. I'm just tweaking the bass sound a little bit. And this is nice. Maybe we're a little bit too low here. Let's try one. This is nice. So just quickly checking the transposer and think, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so this is now my start, and this is nowhere near where I want to end. But I really like to make a little bit of a skeleton of the bass line, and then I'm just gonna scroll through a few presets to see, because I actually really like this. Let's go. And then as I do that, I can decide a little bit better for myself what type of sound I want. Okay, well, honestly, it's not necessarily bad. It's just really missing some groove. So let's okay, nice. Come on. Not bad. Let's see. Okay, cool. Let's duplicate this one. And then we do Command J, and then we merge it into one. And then now I have a 2-bar loop. And then now I can start playing with a 2-bar loop. I do actually quite like this to stay sort of in the same range. Maybe this can go a little bit later. This is quite nice. Maybe this can be a bit extended. This is nice. Okay, so this one I also want to extend it up to half, and then this one can maybe go like full octave. That's quite nice. This one I want to go lower. Maybe I can leave it actually. I want to do something here, but maybe I can just keep it on one. That sounds a bit, maybe half time. Hey, that is quite groovy. Let's extend this one as well. This That is quite nice. But I'm not a fan of this one yet. This is... I'm just thinking in my head. For me, sometimes the melody comes just in my mind, and I'm while playing the bass, and at some point I will hear like or something. Now I'm not really hearing it. Obviously, also, like, guys, don't get this wrong or anything, but when making these type of YouTube videos, you know, not everything producers or anybody makes, even if you're like going to Martin Garrix, not everything he makes is a hit, you know? So when making these type of YouTube videos, I can't tell you like, okay, this bassline is gonna be great, because I'm not really sure, to be honest. But I think it has more to do with the mindset that you have when going into it, because I'm just playing now. This is just my process of playing. And I'm just figuring it out as I go, kind of. But of course, I've been producing music for almost 10 years. So I know what type of rhythms maybe will work, maybe what types of rhythms won't work, of course. So that does make it more easy. And I think that's the value that you can get out of this, you know? I like that part. And then maybe we can go just one down. That's not bad, actually. But I don't like the rhythm then over there. So let's just loop this part, because the first part's quite cool. So let's try to do something similar here, but a little bit... Nice, and then this one can... So let's go to the full loop. This is not bad. This one is boring. This one is really boring now all of a sudden. Let's see if maybe we can duplicate it, please. Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. That is not bad. I'm just missing a little bit of... Okay, this is nice. This one is not in the right scale. Nice, and this one I think should be like an F for the root. Or maybe it should go higher. That's nice. And this one is a bit boring over here, so maybe we can make this one. This is nice. Nice, and then now obviously we're working in house, so what would a bassline be without some proper sidechain? Add some sidechain. Sidechain is not always the answer, but it can really spice up the groove. And you can really exaggerate this, like sometimes this crazy... long sidechain can really work, but now I feel and then of course the bass line is way too loud compared to the rest of the track, so obviously you really need to mix it in. And maybe now playing with or you can really exaggerate it and go full circle with it. More Chris Tassi type of vibe. I mean, pretty cool bass line, and what, I made it in, I think, 10 minutes, not to show off or anything, but I also am just trying stuff here, you know, and then within 10 minutes I kind of have a bass line, but this bass line can also still change throughout the song. But if I'm making very like the house that I like myself, it will probably stay quite loopy, and this will probably be the bass line. If I will be working with like Dan Herweg or anybody like that, or maybe Caesar, then the bass line will maybe have more flow throughout the whole song, and there will be some versions of the bass. So let's go for one more bass, and then I'm just actually gonna play on the keyboard the bass and then tweak it in MIDI. That's quite often how I work, and of course maybe we can also see to sample something. So let's go for a bass sound over here. Let's go for this. And then this time I'm not going to go for F minor. I am going for a C minor. So on the C minor scale, the keys that you can hit are C minor, are C, D, D sharp, F, G, G sharp, A. So it's quite similar to the F minor, but these are reversed or inversed. So and I'm just gonna start playing. I like this bass line, but it has a bit too much high end for me. How is it? Oh. It's completely bypassing it or something. I don't know. Let's go. I quite like that, so let's record that. Ah shit, I don't really know what I did actually. I'm just gonna fuck it, I'm just gonna record and then we'll see what sticks. Okay, let's have a listen. There must be something in there. I'm not really a fan. Oh, let's delete it and let's go again. See guys, this is all part of the whole process of getting basslines. And basslines, honestly, basslines are very, very tough. Basslines are very tough, and it's very tough to have a really good bassline. Like, bass players are legends. Like, having a good bass player or having a really good keyboard player that can really like get in that groove, because it's all about the groovology when making basslines, and it can really be tough. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes a bassline makes sense, but sometimes, especially sometimes starting with basslines, it can be very complicated, especially for producers who are maybe not like super musical in that sense, but more like on the production side. But I do recommend starting with basslines sometimes, because house music is a lot about the bass. So sometimes starting with the main character can really help getting like making a really cool song. So let's try a different scale. Maybe I'm not really feeling the scale. Let's go for G minor. I like G minor. So in G minor, we can play C, D, D sharp, F, G, A sharp, A sharp, G sharp, A sharp. No, sorry, F, G, A sharp. Wow. So let's, sorry, now I need it actually. Cheating. I like that. Let's record. Oh, that was not bad. Let's do one more time. That was really nice. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna flatten this. And then I'm just gonna go to the MIDI and I'm just gonna quantize it, because I was all over the place. And now you see that there are a lot of notes that are not really being heard, because it has probably the glide function. Oh no. Then what is it? Well, we can just go very easy on it and just trim notes to, well, oh, why is my, it's not, why do I, okay, and then, my cursor wasn't working. This one should be trimmed a bit. Okay, I quite like this. So they are quite similar to each other. So I'm just gonna take this, take the rest out, and now I'm gonna play with the bass line. So this is now kind of my skeleton, and I'm gonna start playing with this. I'm gonna completely change it probably. But I do really like the beginning. And I also really like the length of the note. This one can be a bit louder and a bit longer. And this one. I really like that. This is also really cool. So now they are very, very similar. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna delete it and I'm gonna copy this so that they are exactly the same with the velocities and stuff that I liked. And now I'm gonna change this. And this, I'm probably gonna go maybe an A, maybe a bit higher, and maybe on this one we can go like... I want this to stay on the root actually. It's really cool. Maybe this can go lower. Nice. What is this? Quite groovy. Add some sidechain. Really nice. And then maybe we can play with the, again here, the filter is, maybe is it, it's actually skipping the filter. I have the feeling of, no, okay, it's just the envelope. This is actually really, really cool. Really groovy bass line. So there you go, another bass line. So again, guys, let's wrap this one up. I think it's quite clear. Maybe actually one last thing we can try. Maybe we can try adding some swing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work on the bass, but I think on this one, so let's actually get it back to 0 and yeah, this is gonna work. But now, as you see, as I'm adding the swing, there are a few notes that are gonna start overlapping. And seeing that, I don't know, there is some function on this preset now, which makes that it will more glide, even if the glide is off. Like, it seems to me that the glide is off. But I don't know, there's a function now that's on the VST activated that is gonna skip the attack of the next key. Maybe it's on poly, that could actually be. And so I just need to make sure that as I'm adding the swing, as I'm moving stuff, that it's not actually overlapping with the next note. And I think now we should be in the clear. Maybe over here. I think this one, yes, this one is still overlapping a little. So let's take this one down a bit. And then now. And this one is also overlapping. Cool, let's exaggerate this swing a little bit because I really like this swing now. Let's go even more, and then this one needs to be shorter, this one needs to be a bit shorter, and this one needs to be shorter. Ooh! Oh, that swing just made it. 21% of swing. So let's go for the difference. If I take this one back to 0 again. Okay, so now this one has the swing. Oh shit. And the other one doesn't have the swing. So let's have a quick comparison. Here is no swing. This is so much more groovy. So there you go, guys. Let's wrap this one up. Working on bass lines. I think that the most important thing when working on bass lines and you're not really sure what to do is just don't limit yourself. Go completely crazy and just accept that the next 10 bass lines that you're gonna make are not gonna be the best. And who cares? Just go make 10 bass lines in an hour. Different VSTs, you know, like right now. Maybe I will make 4 more bass lines and then I don't know, I will keep them or I will render them to audio or whatever. Or I will throw them away. Who cares? You know? So just be creative. And with the bass lines, it's very, very important to keep in your mind that you're working with 2 things. The rhythm, and which is obviously also the groove, and the melody. You know, where maybe chords or melodies are very focused on the melody or on the harmonic side. Here, you're very focused on the groove and on the melody. But get that groove right. Get the groove right. Play with the timing, slide things a little bit off. That will really bring your bass lines to life. So yeah, there you go. Let's wrap this one up. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe again, and go check the online course on VOYOU Music if you want to know more about music production and want to uplift your skills. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.